This is the Hoof GP, and I nearly completely missed what was wrong with this cow's foot. I say nearly because, never fear, I didn't. This is the Hoof GP. Make sure you've subscribed so that you see videos just like this one. This cow was easily the lamest cow I've seen in quite some time. She was lagging right at the back of the herd as they all came in for their pedicures today. And as you can see from first inspections, it seems really obvious where the problem is. But remember, this is a live cow. I'm not allowed to cut into live tissue, and I definitely wouldn't want to because it would hurt the cow. So, as we watch this video together, bear that in mind. Bear in mind that I do not want to go any further than I absolutely have to. Anyway, with that in mind, let's get on with this trim because I know for a fact this cow is in a serious amount of pain. This video is a lesson in how to take your time and the fruitfulness that can bring. If you flick back a few seconds in this video, you'll see why I started in this area. I believed these cracks were part of a higher up white lined lesion, and that lesion is most likely to link all the way down to the toe area where that reddish purple spot is. I know that is the most painful part, and I'm working towards that area. Not what I was expecting. The hoof horn in this area can be extremely thin. Now remember, this cow is exceptionally lame, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's her hoof, and I'm working with that in mind the whole time. She could have a problem with her hoof, but also with her leg further up, so every swipe of the knife matters, and I don't want to go too far. You see that spot of blood you're all focusing on intently, and actually questioning? Well, let me take you back to the start of this video to see where it came from. Look, that spot, that puncture wound is already there. That's a puncture wound coming from the inside out, and as you can see here, as I trim back the dirt and debris on the end of the hoof, it already starts to bleed. I've not even removed a millimetre. I'm saying this because I know you're already questioning it. But enough of my insecurities, back to the trim. I feel so sure this hoof has an abscess, but I'm right on the edge of going too far if I'm wrong. She's so lame, I thought there was going to be... If I'm right, there's a cavity, and I can keep going. But right now, I'm just about to give up. I mean, that is really bruised. I'm trying to decide in my head if a bruise really could cause this amount of pain, but then she does something which lets me know otherwise. Cows have a huge threshold for pain, so her kicking and throwing about like that lets me know there's something else happening underneath the surface. But that something else that I'm looking for doesn't materialise, so I move on to applying a block to her inner claw because that bruise is definitely causing a substantial amount of pain. Then, don't worry, we will investigate further. I start by modelling out the claw even further so that I can feel whether or not the hoof horn over the top of that lesion is attached. I'm sure it's not, so I go in with the knife and find what I've been hoping for. I'll be honest, a bit more like that. I honestly don't know who's relieved more, me or the cow in the crush.
A bit more like that.
Pus like that doesn't just appear from nowhere. There's a cavity hidden beneath this outer layer of hoof horn, and I need to uncover it, otherwise it'll just fill up again. Swiping upwards with the knife like this is the best course of action because it'll pull the detached horn away from the corium and it'll let me see exactly what I'm doing, but I'm finding it difficult, so using the grinder speeds the process up and allows the cow to be more comfortable as quickly as possible. The cow you can hear mooing in the background is one in the distance, not the one in the crush. Right now I'm searching for the top of the cavity. If I leave any shred of detached hoof horn, this problem will just reoccur. It will re-inflame and the cow will still be in a huge amount of pain. So I need to make sure I do the best job possible. And with a final swipe of the knife, and that said, this trim is over and this cow will be in a hugely increased state of comfort. That's all from the Hoof GP right now. Make sure you've subscribed so that you can learn how to look after cows just like this.